Okay, so this is 6.3, question 10, I believe. And it says, find, if possible, A times B, and B times A, if A equals 5, 1, 4, negative 1, 5, negative 4, and B equals 0, 1, negative 5, and 4, negative 1, 5. So the first thing that we need to remember is that when we multiply matrices, okay, we need to list their dimensions, and the columns of the first matrix must be the same as the rows of the second matrix. So if we look at A times B, what it is wanting us to do is to multiply the 5, 1, 4, negative 1, 5, negative 4. And this is a 3 by 2 matrix, and we're wanting to multiply that by 0, 1, negative 5, 4, negative 1, negative 5. And this is a 2 by 3 matrix. And since these are equal, that means we can multiply A times B. Okay, so what we do is we're going to take, and it'll wind up making a 3 by 3 matrix. That's the size of the new matrix that it's going to make. Okay, now it's going to be a little bit, we're going to take this first column of the second matrix, and you're going to multiply it times the first row of the first matrix. So I've got 5 times 0 plus 1 times 4. Okay, now you're going to do that to make, and that just makes that first cell, that first row, first column, what goes in there. Now to make the second one, I'm going to say the 4, negative 1 times the 0, 4. So I have 4 times 0 plus negative 1 times 4. Okay, now to do the third one, I'm going to say 5 times 0 plus negative 4 times 4. Okay, now we move on. Now we're going to take, now we're going to take the 1, negative 1, and we're going to go down and we're going to multiply it by each row of that first matrix, just like we did with the first column. So now we've got 5 times 1 plus 1 times negative 1. Then I have 4 times 1 plus negative 1 times negative 1. Then I have 5 times 1 plus negative 4 times negative 1. Okay, now I'm going to do the same thing with that last column of the second matrix. I'm going to multiply it times each row of the first matrix. So that's going to give me 5 times negative 5 plus 1 times negative 5. Then I've got 4 times negative 5 plus negative 1 times negative 5. And then I have 5 times negative 5 and negative plus negative 4 times negative 5. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and you're going to work those out. 5 times 0 is 0, plus 1 times 4 is 4. 4 times 0 is 0, negative 1 times 4 is negative 4. 5 times 0 is 0, negative 4 times positive 4 is negative 16. Okay, move over to the next column. 5 times 1 minus 1 is going to give me 4. Then I've got 4 plus 1 is 5. And 5 plus negative 4 times negative 1, that's going to give me 9. Then I have negative 25, and negative 5 is negative 30. Negative 20 and 5 is negative 15. Negative 25 and positive 20 is negative 5. Okay. Negative 25 and 20 is negative 5. Yeah, I'm just checking some negative 20 and positive 5 is negative 15. And then negative 25 and that's negative 30. And that's going to be your answer for A times B. Okay, you're going to do the same thing. Probably the next thing they're going to ask you, can you multiply B times A? You'll see that you do not get the same answer. If we look at multiplying it the other way, we have to check again. So we've got 0, 1, negative 5. And we have 4, negative 1, negative 5. So that's a 2 by 3. And we're wanting to multiply that times, I should have made that a little bigger. Sorry about that. 5, 1, 4, negative 1, 5, negative 4. Okay, and that is a 3 by 2. So since these two are equal, it is going to make a 2 by 2 is what this is going to give us. Okay, so we're going to start off. I'm going to take that first row and multiply it times the first column. That's 0 times 5 plus 1 times 4 plus negative 5 times 5. Okay, now let's take that first column in that second matrix and multiply it times row 2. So 4 times 5 plus negative 1 times 4 plus negative 5 times 5. Okay, now we're going to scoot over and we're going to do we're going to do 1, negative 1, negative 4, that column, the second column, times each row in the first matrix. So that's going to give me 0 times 1 plus 1 times negative 1 plus negative 5 times negative 4. Then I have 4 times 1 plus negative 1 times negative 1 plus negative 5 times negative 4. Okay, now we're going to go ahead and work those out. And that's going to give me, of course, 0, 4, and negative 25, so negative 21. Okay, then I have 20, negative 4, negative 25. Well, that makes negative 29, so negative 9. That's 0, that's negative 1, that's positive 20, so 19. Then we got a 4, a 1, and a 20, so 25. And that equals B times A.